welcome to Crafty Purple Dragon channel. Today is another section of my work in progress on the library cat. Now this footage was recorded in June 2019. It's currently September 2020. So this is actually long finished, but I'm only just now getting chance to edit together all the footage and actually put it up on the channel. So I'm just going to do a bit of a chat whilst the whip is going on in the background. I've sped it up, so this video should actually be about 15-20 minutes long, something like that. So various things have happened in the past 12 months or so. I've had some health issues that have limited my ability to do diamond painting. My husband's been working directly from home, so that's impinged a bit on my ability to do things. And then at the beginning or the early part of 2020, we were all hit by the global pandemic that is still ongoing, and as a result of that, my husband's been working from home upstairs, so that's had more of an impact because I don't even get the day, during the day to do stuff because he's around and annoying me. What that also meant was, you may be aware that I had a dog, German pet shepherd called Pixie, and because of her nature and my health conditions, I struggled to walk her, and my dog walker that I had originally moved so that she couldn't come and do her every day. And then with the pandemic, I couldn't take the dog to the dog walker because we weren't allowed out. You were only allowed out for essential travel at the start. So for the early part of the lockdown situation, my dog was boarding at the dog walkers so that she, got adequate exercise and things. And when the lockdown eased a little bit and I was allowed to go and fetch her, and to transport her between me and the dog walker, it soon became very apparent that she was not happy here. She wouldn't settle. I mean, she's highly strung anyway, but I could just tell that she was much happier to be with the dog walker. And I think the reason for that primarily is because she takes comfort from other dogs, and the dog walker runs a rescue. So she has a lot of dogs there, and Pixie was just so much more reassured when she was with the other animals in the pack. So unfortunately I had to take the decision that for the sake of the dog it would be better that she stayed with the dog walker on a permanent basis. So I unfortunately had to relinquish ownership of Pixie. However, that doesn't mean I don't see her. I go and collect her every week and bring her over here for the afternoon. Now, during situations when I can visit my mother, which we're not allowed to do, I was allowed to do it for a short period of a few weeks, around about July, I think it was, July, August time. The lockdown relaxed and I could start going back to see my mother on a weekly basis. Usually go and visit my mum for one afternoon a week. And at that point I was going collecting Pixie and taking her with me to my mum's and then taking her back, but we're not allowed to visit people in their homes again now, so I just go and I collect Pixie and I bring her here and we have the afternoon together and then I take her back, and that's what I'm having to do now. It's unfortunate, I miss her dearly, but I had to make the right decision for the dog, and she was just so much more relaxed, so much more chilled, and just so much better overall, being with the pack rather than on her own here, feeling like she had to be hyper alert all the time and on the listen for anything that might come into her area. I think that was her problem with her being a German Shepherd. She's very wanting to guard all the time and wanting to control the situation, which obviously she can't, and that made her very hyper and very neurotic, and it just wasn't good for her. So I'm happy with the decision I made. I'm not happy with the decision I made, but I'm happy with the decision I made, if you know what I mean. At least I do get to see her, and I am confident that she's in the right place for her. So that's an unfortunate consequence for me. Unfortunate for me, fortunate for Pixie. Consequence of the global pandemic situation. What also transpired is that my daughter, who has been doing an apprenticeship in electrical engineering at a kitchen and bedroom unit manufacturing factory, was furloughed as a result of the lockdown, and she was furloughed from March to, I think it was from towards the end of March to the beginning of August, and then the company decided that they were going to have to make redundancies. So she ended up being made redundant. So as of the end of August, she was unemployed. But then, thankfully, the place where her husband works, which is a food manufacturing business, so they've been, for the most part, working all the way through. I think there was a week or two that they were furloughed, but that was it. A position came up there, which she applied for, and she was successful in securing. So she managed to get a job after being made redundant. I think she had a week or two where she wasn't working, and then she's managed to get this other job, so that's good. The unfortunate consequence of that is that her dog, who's called Jack, who is a elderly Staffordshire Bull Terrier cross, had to come and live with us because their shifts mean that he would be on his own for over 12 hours a day. And he's got some health conditions, he's got some kidney problems, and she just felt that it wouldn't be fair for him to be shut in the house for an extended period of time every day. So we've now got Jack living with us. So when you hear barking in the background in future, the difference between the dogs barking is because we've got a different dog. We've now got a little dog who's a bit more yappy, rather than a big dog who had a really deep, loud voice. So that's the animal change situation. For the most part, my crafting experiences have changed over the past 12 months or so. I haven't been doing many diamond paintings. I've done a few. I've done a few lap-based projects. But as you'll know if you watched my earlier video, I didn't have an area set up where I could do larger projects because of my husband coming home and me not being able to keep my setup out in the living room or during the week. I didn't really have a place where I could do larger projects. I've now managed to accommodate my table in a corner of the living room, and I think I've got an area where I can start doing diamond paintings again. I've done a special shaped diamond painting recently, which was an owl, and the area seemed to work okay. It was a bit dark, but my husband found one of these work lights that clips onto the shelf that's above the area where I'm working. And of course I've got my light pad, and I've got my little overhead light that I had clipped to the side of my workspace. So it seemed okay. I'm just struggling to set it up for filming. I have done a couple of things which will be coming out, but it's not ideal because the area is right up against a wall, and the way I had it before was I had my tripod behind my table looking down on the table, and I can't do that in the current setup, so it needs looking at. But what I'm also doing is I used to work from home before the pandemic situation, doing admin work, and in the corner of the bedroom upstairs I've got a desk with a computer that I don't use because I can't sit at a desk these days for long periods of time because of various problems with my health. So that area has been out of use for probably about, 6 years at least, I would say. 5 or 6 years it's not been used. So it's just been used as a bit of a dumping ground. It's full of stuff that, you know, you put down until you find somewhere to put it. So I'm in the process of sorting that area out, and I'm hoping to either use it for storage for my diamond painting drills and for yarn storage, because I've been doing a lot of crochet lately. Or I might be able to set it up as an area for filming. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm in the process of sorting that out. I think, to be honest, that's probably about it. There's not much else happening. I am really enjoying doing crochet. I've been doing a few projects. I'll do a little bit of a project show and tell, maybe, for my crochet at some point. And there are a few crochet related videos that I've done that I had started to do last year, that I will get around to editing soon, hopefully, and they'll start appearing on the channel too. Yeah, so that's about it, I think. Thanks very much for joining me again. Your time is precious, and I appreciate you sharing it with me. Thanks very much for watching. Please leave a like, click subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified of future videos when I upload them. Thanks again for your time. It's very much appreciated. I'll see you next time. Bye.